What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden. Today we're going to be taking out a deck that I did not actually build. This deck, you might recognize it. It was posted on the boards by MasterQ, Josh Knit. He posted the deck kind of saying like he wasn't going to play Type 1 this year, and so he just wanted to put the deck out there. This is like what he would have played, I guess, and I think it's a really great deck, really cool. Obviously, if you know Josh, you know he likes to play Music Leader, and pretty much every Music Leader deck that I've seen and played against has been really good. He's a really great player and very good deck builder as well. So we're gonna go ahead and see what this can do. It's very versatile, or it's very flexible, which is really everything you'd want in a deck, and Music Leader just makes things flow pretty well. You get your resources back and everything. So I'm not going to talk too much about the deck in particular, just because the deck list is in the description, and Josh already kind of talked about the all kind of the different little combos in the deck, and just like why he made some of the card choices that he did. So if you're interested, go check it out there, and go try out the deck. I mean, this was my first time actually playing a game with it, and so there were a few mistakes that I made that I'm sure that if you practiced a lot with this deck, you would be able to avoid those and play more quickly. But you are about to watch the game that I already played against Brad Gaillard from Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He's been playing for about a year now, and yeah, we're gonna go see how this deck does against him. I guess I should mention we were playing the Heyman's Plot version of this deck. Basically, Josh posted the deck with the 50 card version, and then said in a tournament, if you were wanting to run 3 copies of the deck, which you could do at higher level tournaments, then just run the deck at 51 with Heyman's Plot in the deck. So I figured that for the video, I'd show you the kind of highest level tournament version. But definitely if you don't have a lot of Heyman's Plots and you want to play it in a tournament or something, that's kind of the one card that you can just cut and not have to worry about it. Because then you're at 50 cards, and don't really lose a whole lot. You still have some battle winners, good answers to lots of, or kind of like manning chains and that kind of stuff. And you've got some resources in reserve too. So definitely an okay card to cut if you don't have one or don't have many. So you don't really want to save them for your decks that use Heyman's Gallows or something. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into the game. We'll see how this deck does. Alright, so we got the Lawless, so let's get that going. And a very hero light hand, but we did get Justice Seekers, which we could play as a hero, I guess, and then well, we got land at Moab, so we can go grab David and get him going right away. Should be good. No stars. No evil characters in this hand either, which is a little worrisome, but we got Christian Martyr for first turn block, if we can do that, so. Alright, so he's got a star ability. Blessed Nations, so he has to look at the bottom 6 of his deck and top deck a good card. He also got the Covet Lost Souls, so he's gonna be able to see what we've got cooking here and probably take like Remnant or Exiles. Those are kind of usually the setup Lost Souls. Although if he goes first, he's probably not going to want to search right away, and we're going to get to choose who goes first. So we could choose him, and then I'd get the draw. Yeah, just choose him, then he'd probably just go with the lone hero, and I could play Christian Martyr. Not sure which card he got. Okay, so you did get the new one. So yeah, the new one protects Noah from lone evil characters, and then can ban to a Flood Survivor or Meek Genesis hero. So basically protect Noah and ban to him. But being on top of his deck means that he's wouldn't draw it in the first turn, which makes Christian Martyr a little bit more viable. So then we roll, and I got a 6, so I get to decide if I want to lawless. I think I'll just lawless myself. Maybe I can hit one of the lost souls that he would want to get, and I still kind of want to be able to choose who goes first. So should be revealed to all. So we did hit Exiles, which is kind of nice, and Deceiver is really nice for the first turn. So sad to see Son of Guy go to the bottom, but we will get it later, I guess. Even though one was childless down there too. We're going to be searching soon, so it'll be shuffled up. And Exiles, let's see, I don't get to use Darkness because it was put in play by my ability and I did not draw it. But Exiles, I think we'll just go ahead and take Coming with David. Seems like a good first turn option. And now you can, or Brad can covet. So now we have to decide. I mean, so we could activate it and get David that way, but since we have Land of Moab, I think it makes the most sense to grab David with that. Could grab Foreign Wives from reserve. Just have that ready to go and basically slow him down. But we already saw Shem, and if he's doing Flood Survivors, then he's not going to be doing a whole lot of drawing anyway, so that's probably alright. We can always grab Foreign Wives of Deceiver if we really need to. So, if I were to guess, I think he will grab Remnant, and maybe grab like an Angel of the Winds from his reserve. I'm pretty sure most Flood decks run Winds in reserve so that they can have another shot at the first turn Noah. But I guess he might be running the new Noah, so it might not be a straight Flood deck. It might just be Genesis, since he's got Shem in there. New Noah is pretty good. You can shuffle a card to accept a Lost Soul, and then you can convert him to Meek to prevent cards. And he's a 10/10 Rainbow Hero when he's Meek, so pretty strong option there. So he did go for Remnant. We'll see what hero he goes for in reserve. Oh, okay. So yeah, definitely not a straight Flood deck. He got David Heart After God, same guy that we're going to be going for, which probably means that he's just going to be going straight David on turn 1, and it's a decent Christian Martyr target. So yeah, we'll just let him go first. Maybe we'll use Deceiver first and get some value off of whatever, I don't know, we'll see what the best evil character is here. Okay, well, maybe Foreign Wives will be good because he's going to activate Endless Treasures and going to take an Idol or Curse from deck or reserve, and then if he does, he gets to draw 2. So we got Golden Calf from his reserve, which we don't really like to see, but we do have Chronicles of the Kings in hand, so we do have an answer for it. And Babel right away. Alright, so he's got the counters going. Well, I guess I'm not sure if I'm assuming he's playing it as a fortress based on the location of his placement. Double check. But, since he hasn't searched yet, the site side is pretty good first turn. You can take an OT or evil OT human from reserve. You can grab a blocker if you don't have one first turn, but the fortress side is almost always going to be better. I mean, especially in the long game and with people playing kind of splashy decks now. So that is going to, well, I guess that probably won't limit options for the Deceiver. Like, it could just go to Persian Horseman and he wouldn't be negated because it'd just be brown. And I could discard his Golden Calf that way, save Chronicles of the Kings. And then have Martyr for David, since David would get initiative against my Persian Horseman. He's gonna be a 1/8 when he's converted. So he's playing him down as not meek. Surprise, surprise. And now he's making a rescue attempt, and oops, he flipped him over instead of meekified him. There we go. So now he gets to search, which does make foreign horses an option. So I mean, we could just block and make him play something on our Persian Horseman. Or do we want to just get the Foreign Wives block here? That might be better, honestly, but it does kind of hurt to see Deceiver go right away. I don't remember if there's an easy way to get him back. And Foreign Wives would not be able to hold foreign horses. So Foreign Wives would be an easy block here, but I kind of just want the value and then get a Martyr on the David, because taking David out early would be good. I'm guessing he's probably just going to go for a Battle Winner. Might be thinking about getting Angel, since that's kind of the easiest way to go, but something like Bravery of David would also be good. Okay, so he is actually using the old Cloud of Witnesses Noah, so so it is kind of a Flood Survivor. Maybe David is just there for setup, so maybe he's bluffing that he even has anything. So I think we just let him play something, or go to Persian Horseman and make him play something. Or we could go to Lying Prophet, but Lying Prophet wouldn't be able to hold foreign horses if we played it on him. So if he did get the new Noah, then definitely Lying Prophet, because you get to draw X, where X is the number of good brigades revealed, so it'd be a draw 9, or I guess 6, because that would hit hand limit. But I think we just hit the foreign horses. If he does have bravery here, then it'd be a little bit unfortunate, because he would get to negate Persian Horseman. So we'll discard Golden Calf, and we can grab a OT Brown enhancement from reserve. Warning Against Rebellion might be good to grab, because he's only got one Lost Soul out, but I think Flying Scroll is probably the good way to go here, because we're set up to take something on the next turn. And okay, he's asking for Dominished. It's his turn, so he can go ahead. So he's probably gonna play Angel. He's using the New Testament Angel of the Lord, which in Lackey I know it's tempting to use the New Testament one because that's like the cool art one. There's no Old Testament cool art one in Lackey right now. So, but if you're using David in the deck, you should pretty much always be using the Old Testament one. But fortunately, we had Christian Martyr there to respond. And we got Golden Calf out of the way. It's a little bit of a bummer to lose Persian Horseman so early, but I don't know. Maybe we should have anticipated the Angel of the Lord block with since he didn't search for it with David. Another reason to not go Foreign Wives is because of Babel. So Foreign Wives would have survived to go to my territory, and then that's 7 evil brigades. So it would be negating pretty much all of my stuff. So he put down the Deceiver. So a little bit probably means he doesn't have another evil character in his hand, or at least not one that can play Wages, because usually you want to keep the Deceiver as a surprise. But he wanted to get the Wages down, so he can take an evil card with the discard ability from deck of reserve, and he grabs Shipwreck. So might be something that he's worried about. Of course, he could take out my Land of Moab, which would be unfortunate. But if we just play Land of Moab first to grab David, and then if he negates it, then we can use Covenant with David to get him. So, or maybe we'll just draw him. We'll see. If we draw a hero, then we also have Love Righteousness as an option. But ideally, we would use Love Righteousness to search for a Music Leader. All right, so he passed. So we draw 3. We got Joshua, which is nice. Although, he's not really the ideal hero because we want to be able to play other stuff. But I think we start out with Land of Moab. And if we bait out the Shipwreck, then that happens. But just gonna double check that there aren't any other options in here. I think Land of Moab is just to get either David or Foreign Wives. Yeah. So we'll grab my own Dave. And he goes to reserve, or to my hand. Give him a little chance to play Shipwreck here if he wants to. Doesn't look like it, so go ahead and put David down. And so if we just have David down as white, that's only 1 brigade, but if we search for Music Leader, we'll have clay and white, and then once we convert David, then it'll be clay, white, and red. So Music Leader will be negated. So it would be nice if I had an answer to Babel, but don't really have an option right now. So I think we just go Covenant with David. And let's see what we got in my deck, I think, right? I could search reserve. Yeah, there's nothing in reserve, so. Multicolor Sight or Good Fortress. So what do we have for good? We got Majestic Heavens and Ends. I think we want Ends. Since he's got a Lost Soul out, we don't really need the Soul Gen at the moment. And Ends is good for just getting value on every rescue. So, although that he can Shipwreck, and he very well might, but 'tis a risk we are willing to take. Do we want to get Overcome right away with 5th Seal? I mean, we've got Bravery out, so we don't really need to. So I think we just go with David, play Bravery, and we maybe plan to search for something that can take care of Babel. I'm not really sure what options we have here though. So we'll Meekify David, and Auto might be a good option since we've got Joshua already. That doesn't deal with Babel in any way, so not really the first choice here, but I'm actually not sure if there's an answer to Babel in here. Might just need to get woes out, because I think that's the only way I can deal with it. Unfortunate. So yeah, let's get Auto out and just hope that we can draw into 3 woes, and gonna have to rely on that. And then we will not end. Maybe I could have searched for an evil character here because we are not swimming in them or having any of them right now, so just kind of relying on falling away as a block, I guess. So Alright, we got some Philistines. So he did have a different character other than the Deceiver that he could have played Wages on, so that's interesting. But I guess putting down the Deceiver first turn, he doesn't really telegraph his options or like his defense, what he's playing. So if he had played Abimelech down, then I'd be like, oh, okay, I know he's got Philistines, so probably gonna know what to expect. But Abimelech comes down, goes to Commander Fight Call, we can ban 2. And then he can equip a weapon from reserve, which I assume is what he's planning to do here. He doesn't have any other targets. Yep, so Philistine Chariot and Horses. So he gets to draw 2 and play an enhancement. So I don't think there are too many cannot be negated options that he could play, so should be okay with Bravery. But also, alright, so he's playing Stone. Do I want to oh hey, Joshua, that's an answer to Babel. Wow, okay. So we could just go, I don't know. If I do Marriage Covenant to abandon Joshua, then I could just underdeck it now, and then David would be discarded. But then I would have to play Chronicles because you'd be able to interrupt Bravery. So I think I just play Bravery first, and then yeah, so I'll play Bravery first, and then I'll discard Fight Call. I think he's got 7 cards in hand, so he might have something else. Oh wait, I suppose, you can use Exiles first. He would actually use it before he would play Stone. So basically, when you draw cards, if you draw a Lost Soul, then the ability on the Lost Soul would resolve as part of the draw ability, so you wouldn't move on to the next part until the draw is completed. So Exiles would actually go before Stone, which I think he wasn't sure. Alright, so yeah, you just grab Book. So now I'll play Bravery. Yeah, I think we discard Fight Call. Just because if he's got something else, or if he, well, I guess either way it's gonna be stalemate, or I want to give him the chance to play something so that I can respond with Marriage Covenant if it, actually I should add ends first. Yeah, because then I can have a potential to get another negate, and I don't want the battle to end without using it. So reveal to all. Yeah, so it's a pretty good ends right there. I think we grab Royal Parade because we get the chance to bounce something. I don't really need Consider the Lilies right now, so just show them that we got another interrupt, and you know, we'll see. So yeah, as long as I have a hero that I control on my side of the battle, I can add sites to the battle at any time. I don't need initiative or anything to do it. It doesn't have to be at the beginning. Just because, or usually you want to do it at the beginning so that the, you know, you don't like lose your opportunity to do it. But sometimes it's helpful to see what they block with. I mean, since I already had an enhancement in my hand, like Bravery, then you know it was helpful to do it that way. So now I'm really tempted to just use Marriage Covenant so that I can get Joshua into the battle, and because I don't really want to waste Royal Parade, but if he has something to get rid of David, then Royal Parade would not be I wouldn't be able to play Royal Parade on Joshua. It would be nice to save that, and I can ban to his offense, and I do get a draw one off of Royal Parade. But if he negated it, then it'd be a little unfortunate. I think we want Joshua in right now. That way we can kind of get Music Leader down. Just because Music Leader is a good option to kind of slow down his offense and not let him get set up. Unfortunately, we don't have anybody to exchange to. Usually, I guess we'd probably just be exchanging to David, or after he's been meekified, or Rahab, I guess, is also pretty good option for side battles with Rehoboam. So he did not have anything else to play on Abimelech, which is good because I was kind of, I mean, even if he just had like a numbers enhancement or like an enhancement with big enough numbers that could take out David, then would have been in a little bit of trouble. Would have had to use Chronicles, I guess, to negate and discard his enhancements. So now we can play Love Righteousness, and we can get the good old music leader out. And now we can kind of start cooking here. So yep, all right. Let's see. Yeah, again, like I said, no evil characters is kind of rough, since do have a decent number of them in the deck, but we pretty much only use search abilities on that turn, and so no, not really any chance of drawing into them. Maybe I should have searched for one with David, but yeah, the Lying Prophet probably would have been a good option, just because it's got plenty of enhancements for him, and then also get that draw just so I can secure some card advantage. So so he drew Remnant, and he's taking my music leader, which is unfortunate. Gonna have to draw into Son of God or something in order to take that out, because he's got another Lost Soul, so it's gonna be harder to rescue. Oh, no, I can't even take him back with Flying Scroll because he put down Noah's Ark, which just protects heroes and territory. Doesn't have to be your heroes, so he protects heroes that he takes. Each player may take an animal from their reserve. Do I have an animal? I do not. So, he took Leviathan and got to draw 2. So, again, Foreign Wives would come in handy, so I don't know, maybe I should have gone for her first turn, but I guess he probably wouldn't have drawn if, you know, Foreign Wives was out. Nice part about David is that he is CBP, so he would have gotten around Babel, but that's okay. Do we have any other ways to get Music Leader back other than drawing into Son of God? Not really, now that he's got Noah's Ark. I mean, stops the Flying Scroll. Alright, so here comes the Noah. I think we're just going to have to give him a Lost Soul here, probably Exiles, and then can use Falling Away to take it back. Don't have any good star enhancements in my discard pile, so wouldn't really be able to get any value there. And Image of the Beast is New Testament, so I would have to take all the curses from reserve, which, I mean, probably wouldn't be that bad. Negate opponent's neutral cards. Can negate his draws off of book. Which, I mean, honestly, I don't really mind if he draws off of book once I get Music Leader back, but that will be the trick, is getting Music Leader back. So well, I wonder if he's going to exchange his or exchange my Music Leader for some Flood Survivors. That'd be kind of funny. Sort of doubt it, but I guess I don't know what else he would exchange unless he's just gonna exchange his Shem, but I sort of doubt that as well. Because he's probably gonna want to ban to Shem. Oh right, he can do it from his hand. So he exchanged the Dove Returns. If used by a flood survivor, discard an evil card in opponent's territory. If used during battle, you may return this card to your hand after battle. So that's a pretty strong card. Basically some territory clearing. So he searched for Japheth, and I assume he's going to get another flood survivor. So it's interesting. It's a flood survivor deck with Noah's Ark, or Ark of Salvation Noah's Ark. So not your typical promo Noah's Ark flood deck. But I like it. Seems legit. I mean, pretty much everything just triggers off of Noah's Ark, or like if you control Noah's Ark, so you can use either one. And this one, I guess if you are like more focused on like winning battles and stuff straight up, like with enhancements and stuff, then using this or using Ark of Salvation is probably a good way to go, because you don't want to basically waste time with your heroes going into set aside, not being able to attack with them. So alright, so he also got out Shem's Wife, and she's territory class, returns an opponent's evil card to hand, so kind of another territory clear thing. Good shield counter if they only have one evil character down, so then you can mess with their unity. So yeah, he asked if he would use her territory class ability now or after the ban, but the return an opponent's evil card to hand would happen as soon as he hits the table, so that would be part of the exchange. But since he exchanged a card from hand, then so yeah, so Noah exchanges a card in hand or territory with a human or a matching brigade or 2 flood survivors. So okay, I think he was saying he didn't shuffle after he searched or something. Alright, so yeah, Shem's Wife is in his hand because he exchanged with a card from there. And now yeah, since she goes into play, then, or she goes into hand, then she's not in play for Japheth, who can look at the top X cards of his deck, where X is the number of flood survivors he controls. So since he's only got 3, he only gets to reveal 3. He's going to take 1 to hand, and he's taking the Wicked Lost Soul. Interesting. If you take a Lost Soul with a take ability, you do not draw a card to replace it. Yeah, I can see how that would be confusing though. But if you, I mean, you can like search for a Lost Soul with something like False Peace. At least I think you can. Unless that changed with like cards that don't specify a target, can't target Lost Souls. So the card that he drew, yeah, or he can just put the Lost Soul back on top instead of, or you know, just take the card that he drew instead. So that's his rescue. Noah's protected from lone evil characters. Lost Souls are protected from evil cards, and I've got nothing. So we just got to give him one here. Since he already searched for Shipwreck, I would guess that he's not playing Guardians, so I think we can afford to hold on to Falling Away. Hopefully that doesn't bite us, but and he got Babel back already. That's fine. That's fine. He's got my music leader, and we've got Joshua still, so so he played Faith of Noah to search his deck for a Genesis artifact or good Genesis fortress. So he searched for Storehouse to protect his hand deck and reserve from opponents, and each upkeep he can take an OT enhancement from reserve. So he's definitely got a pretty big board presence right now, and we are falling behind. So definitely need to get some drawing going. I mean, we do have a strong rescue. Otto, Joshua, David, Royal Parade with the Chronicles to back him up. But I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of a behind here. So Prosperity, that's good. Get a little momentum going, and Son of God as well. So that's a nice draw. Do we want to use the star ability to top deck an artifact from reserve? I don't think so. That would just slow us down. So what do we want to discard for Prosperity? I mean, normally I think you just want to discard something music related because that's pretty easy to get back with Music Leader. So Royal Parade would be an option, but I kind of need that for the battle. So maybe Fifth Seal Justice Seekers. It would be nice to get Overcome. Oh, you know what? I messed up earlier. Instead of grabbing David, I should have grabbed Elimelech. That's the play. Oh man, that's kind of tough. Maybe we can just get rid of Return the Captives, because he's got Noah's Ark down, and his heroes in territory are going to be protected. So can't type. All right, so how do we want to do this? We still don't have any evil characters, so that's unfortunate. Got 12 cards in hand. I think we wait to play Son of God until after the battle. I doubt he's playing Burial, but you know, you never know. Alright, we've got options. I think we just go straight into battle. There's nothing to Flying Scroll. And so we draw 2. And we got the Hunter. Yeah, I think we can use Hunter. I think we have some other options in here, because, or wait, no, he took, yeah, I think we have Distressed in there still. Oh no, we have Awake. It's not an OT Lost Soul. I forgot about that. Okay. So we fail the search. That's fine. exchange to Joshua. And we could hit book, slow him down a little bit, but no, we need Babel. Yeah, because we're about to get music leader back. We could actually play Son of God right now and get music leader back before he blocks. Yeah. So if we rescue Remnant, then music leader comes back. And that way if he searches, like if he uses Deceiver, then we can go get some stuff. Probably just go to discard and grab Love Righteousness, and that's it. This is the first time I've played the deck, so I really don't know if there are better options in the deck. I know there's 24 Elders and Hannah, so I guess I could get 2 heroes. That's probably better than the probably better than just going for 1. And hey, look, we drew an evil character. Look at that. So yeah, Gomer, and of course he's got foreign wives. So do we have anything that's regardless of protection? I don't think so. Maybe we just play 5th Seal and we can grab Overcome in case he's got something. I could also just search my deck and grab Consider the Lilies or something. Just make sure he doesn't want to play a dominant. But it is stalemate, so So Foreign Wives, I guess I should mention, or if I have drawn 5 or more cards this turn, Foreign Wives is protected from me. So I drew 2 off of Angel Under the Oak. I drew 2 off of Prosperity. So lots of options there. So we're grabbing a New Testament enhancement from my deck, or a good New Testament enhancement. So we could get You'll Remain. Not a huge reason to do that. That's another target for music leader. So, oh shoot, forgot that Foreign Wives has a mandatory search. So I could have triggered my music leader, which is unfortunate. I missed that. So yeah, I guess we can just grab Consider the Lilies. And could grab a white New Testament enhancement from my deck, but that's pretty much already what I was doing, so oops, we'll go to all shuffle. So since we're in a stalemate, I'm a 1/8, he's a 6/6 and also protected from me, so my strength is doing nothing. So he just passed, I will pass, and that is everything there. Cool. So we should put down Rahab. Oh, I could have added Ends of the Earth to battle too. Could have gotten some card value off of that too. Oosh, making all these mistakes. Alright, what can I grab with Consider the Lilies? Today is in here to hit like Sheol, Gates, that kind of stuff. I haven't seen a Sheol yet, and he does have Deceiver down on the table, so can probably do without that. I guess the bright side of not using ends is that I don't have to get rid of as many cards, so Um, so I will play Falling Away and take back the Exiles, which I don't believe I have any targets for in my discard. So, do I want to take all the curses? I'd have to keep it in my hand, and it's already kind of crowded in there, so I don't think so. Do I just play Second Coming and get that out of the way? I don't know. Or I could just play Lilies and get a hero. Or get You Will Remain. Oh man. I'd be able to get a hero if I searched for Love Righteousness, but I feel like that's kind of a waste of Consider the Lilies. Oh, this is tough. Sorry, so many decisions to make. Let's just play that and we'll search my deck for, I don't know, we'll just grab You Will Remain. I just needed to get a card out of my hand. We're not going to be playing You Will Remain in battle, so at least, you know, probably not. So, alright. Now, on to blocking. So, we've got Gomer. We can ban to his Deceiver. So, with Deceiver, we can go to Foreign Wives if he draws, which he did with Covenant with Philistia, so that's maybe the best option here. So he's using his Hunter Lost Soul, so that's 2 Music Leader triggers on the stack. Or no, 3. So before, I mean, my other Music Leader triggers off of Covenant of Philistia and Hunter, those ones would be negated because those were done in the prep phase. So then he searched for You Will Remain, put that out, and then he searched with Covenant of Philistia. But those were all in the prep phase, but the one off of book that he did an upkeep that I get to search my deck or discard pile. I could get some heroes out, but I think we just grab Love Righteousness and Today for my discard. That'll make it easier. I could just go ahead and rescue his Distress right now. I think that's probably the way to go. Or I could just negate it with 3 woes. I don't think he didn't use storehouse, so I think we're gonna be able to do this. Where is my son of God? Oh yeah, there it is. It's a different color than I'm used to. I probably should have just played 3 woes last or second coming last turn to search for my son of God, so that didn't like trigger anything on his searching. But I mean, then he would have known that I had it. So now he's kind of waiting a little bit. So I wonder if he has something. Trying to think of what he could play. I mean, we know he has shipwreck, but taking out either ends or so I'd get to play a dominant before he plays Job, but I'm going to rescue his distressed. Okay, so now we can play Job. So it's a Job flood deck. This is it's pretty cool. I mean, I guess you probably could have guessed that with the animals in reserve. Like Leviathan is a pretty standard Job card, I guess. Just because if you like have peace on him, then you can toss it, yeah, for 12. That's scary. And then Job is protected from capture and discard, so the Christian Martyr doesn't work. But what does work is doing Gomer to his Deceiver to my King Rehoboam and choosing, getting Rahab into battle to bounce Job and Rahab. There's no playing of enhancements there, so that does get around peace. So I think we're okay, because I feel like he's probably going to do Job in peace, knowing that he has Leviathan in his hand. So yeah, looks like he's making a rescue attempt there. Let's see, if he begins a rescue, you may exchange an evil card in hand with a Job card and discard pile of reserve. Guessing he's not planning to exchange since he's already got Leviathan, and that's kind of the go-to card. The thing I'm not sure about is how the Rahab combo resolves with Job or with the side battle. And I tempted to say that I'm tempted to say that he can't use your remain because I'm in the side battle. So if I bounce my own Rahab, then I'm not removing his last hero. But I'm just gonna play Chronicles as evil. It'll take out peace, and it'll take out peace, and it'll take out book with the 2 covenants on it. So we will maybe ask about it later, but maybe I'll have a little pop-up saying, or asking, a little pop-up saying what actually happens. So here's what we're gonna do. We are going to walk with Gomer. Nothing preventing me from banning to his characters, so we could actually go to Foreign Wives now. So he asked if demons can be male. Yes, all demons are male unless there's Cubus, is the one female demon from the Angel Wars set, and then there are a few like frog demons that are genderless. We could have gone to foreign wives now because there's no more peace, so no more tossing, which means that protection would work, but Rehoboam gets me a little bit of card advantage, so we want to do that. Unfortunately, we can't choose any of his heroes because Noah's Ark, but I will... So Book of the Covenant should be discarded since, let's see, where is it? Chronicles of the Kings discards all covenants, temple artifacts, and good enhancements. So Book would actually, it protected his covenants, but since Chronicles discards Book, because it's a temple artifact, then the covenants activated on Book would follow since they're activated on it. All right. So David is meek, so he doesn't get to do anything there. So I'll draw 2 with Otto, and then exchange to Joshua. There's nothing for him to underdeck, but I will then exchange to Rahab. So the play is to bounce Rahab, because technically if I could bounce David, which would be nice, but to just reset David, but if he would get special initiative then in this case, and so on the off chance that he's got something in red or white or maybe multicolor, I didn't really want to risk it. So I think that I just bounce Rahab here and play it safe. So I don't think there's really any way that he could respond to that. He said, wow. Yeah, I actually saw this move first from Justin, my brother, and I think it was in a deck that he built that was based off of this deck, which Josh had posted on the boards quite a while ago. Yeah, I think Josh was maybe the first person I saw to have it. I didn't actually realize that it was in the deck though until Justin used it against me. So yeah, it's pretty sweet. It's kind of basically just an infinite auto block, and it's the combo is in the splash, one of the splash contender decks with like the judges, or with Moses and priests, and kind of the splash brown defense. Since Rahab's a cloud hero, she works well in there, and then Rehoboam is in there to get that infinite combo if you can draw it there. So yeah, definitely check out that contender deck, and can try it out if you're wanting to. So Shem Wifes comes down, and he technically is, or it's technically is not an optional ability, so Alright, so he's bouncing Kilmer. This might mean that he has woes and wants to be able to use it on Rehoboam so that he can't block from hand. I think that basically what makes this, what makes the combo good, I guess, is that you can do it infinitely, and if you have like Gates of Jerusalem or something, the old promo, it can make King Rehoboam cannot be negated, but it kind of falls apart when Rahab is negated because there's not really a good way to make her CBN, although there is a great way to make her CBP, which I'm just now realizing in the Bethlehem city, the newest one that came out in LOC, designed by, some cool guy or something, that would actually work really well with that. So that's some food for thought. Alright, so he used Storehouse to reserve his Wild Ox, which is pretty cool combo. I mean, if you have the Covenant with Philistia, basically just keep drawing cards every turn by getting or being able to get an animal from reserve. So put down the Majestic Heavens. Don't have any upkeep triggers right now, so that doesn't really matter. We have to put Rahab down eventually, but maybe I want to keep her in hand for now. Oh, actually, yeah, we can just keep her in hand and exchange with Joshua, and that's another way to do it. So that's probably an even better way to do it, actually. What to do here? We don't want to draw. We know that for sure. David might be best option because we got a battle winner for him. But 24 Elders is also good. I think we should grab Justice Seekers from reserve or from discard, because you can search discard pile for a white hero, which Justice Seekers is. And then we can go ahead and get Overcome from reserve. Well, actually, do I want to save that for Shared Meal? Because how many cards do I have left in deck? 13. So then Ends of the Earth is basically got about a 50% chance of hitting Shared Meal, which makes Overcome pretty good in reserve. So yeah, let's just wait on that. And do I go with David? Let's see. Rafa is protecting Philistines and territory from opponents, so Joshua can't underdeck him, which is fine. I don't think they have much, or I don't think Philistines really have much CBN stuff. So I think the play is to go with 24 Elders, and if you will remain active, then we've got options if he's got Martyr. So if I'm shuffling it from artifact pile, I don't think I have to show what it is because it has to be an artifact. But I don't think it really matters. If you go from hand, then obviously you have to show to make sure that you shuffled an artifact. But since it's in your artifact pile, then you know that there can't be any cards there that aren't artifacts. And that's kind of the only reason for having to show stuff. So so what 24 Elders does, he's a 12/12. Can shuffle an artifact from hand or artifact pile to negate evil cards. So that's just blanket all evil cards. He can also ban to the 4 living creatures, not very common. And he cannot be negated if Heavenly Temple is in play, which is it's actually pretty good if you can make him cannot be negated, because it stops like a 3 woes from shutting him down. But Heavenly Temple I don't think is really worth playing in most decks unless you've got like some like a lot of Revelation heroes, since that's kind of the main use is to like instead some abilities that target your Revelation heroes. I don't remember exactly what it does. Probably save the game while we're doing here. Haven't saved it yet, so but yeah, I guess also if you have like some Heavenly Temple artifacts, which I mean not many of them are super good. So he's trying to figure out what options he's got here. Foreign Wives is not one of them. And if he does block with Foreign Wives, then I have to remember Music Leader trigger, because Foreign Wives has a non-optional search and she cannot be negated. So what would be nice is if my King Rehoboam was in hand as well, because then woes wouldn't be able to target him either until he gets in battle, at which point I believe it would be too late, because Cascade Negate is no longer a thing. And really what makes the combo like super good is that when I bounce Job in the main battle, he does not have special initiative there, because we're still in the side battle, which is a different, completely different battle. It's separate, so he doesn't have there's no special initiative in that case. So here's what I'm thinking. You've got a deck with Rahab. You can use Bethlehem to make her CBP. And that answers woes. Joshua always also answers woes, so he's probably the best option. And then if you use like Oath of Purity or something to bounce your Rehoboam on your turn, then you can use Rehoboam to block from hand. So that way, at least, unless he's prevented somehow, then you should be okay. Should be able to get it done. So he's blocking with Leviathan. There's another cannot be negated character, so he can take an Evil Job card from his reserve, and he can also take an animal from his deck. He might not want to do that, since I would get 2 Music Leader triggers off of that. Yeah, so he's not doing that. But he has a 13/13, so I do have to play something. I guess... Actually, I'm just going to add ends to see if we can hit something off the top that would be a little more efficient to play. So yeah, there's a shared meal. There's also an Awake Colossal, which comes out. Do I want Covenant of Prayer? I don't think so. So yeah, we take the shared meal, and then he can also take a good enhancement from his reserve. And if he does, then I'll get a Music Leader trigger. So that's kind of nice. Alright, so he's playing Shipwreck on ends. Alright, okay, so yeah, he's not going to play Shipwreck because he didn't realize that it was CBI. Because, yeah, negating it would not do anything at this point. Probably should have just played it on ends sooner because, or yeah, he just said he should have done it way earlier. Just because of all the value that we're getting here. I mean, honestly, I maybe should have done his deck. Actually, no, his deck's protected with Storehouse. So yeah, we do shared meal, and then I think, then we're winning by numbers. So, but Whirlwind doesn't hit anything. Yeah, because his only evil cards are evil characters, so probably should have just saved shared meal for Whirlwind, but that's okay. So we get to negate an evil card or discard an evil character. So I'm choosing to discard his evil character, which means that he now has special initiative, and the SI resolves before I get to reveal the good dominant from my hand. But I will reveal it so that Overcome goes back to my hand after the battle. So that puts us at 4. We have already played both Son of God and Second Coming, so gotta rescue the last one, you know, normally, or you know, the right way, I guess. I think we can probably just get rid of today. We could put down Gomer, because then we can get a little more of a draw on Vashti, but we do want to keep Rahab in the hand. Do I want to... so I could play Woes and negate his Storehouse, because we're going to need to do that eventually. And then could go ahead and grab Warning Against Rebellion. Yeah, I think that's what we got to do here. So we're going to make it evil. So, yeah, because if he, I mean, if I didn't negate Storehouse, then I guess he would maybe bait out his Shipwreck on Majestic Heavens, because that's the only you know, Lost Soul generation that it doesn't target his deck that I have. But that's alright. I think, I mean, we need to do it regardless, and whether it has Majestic Heavens or Ends doesn't particularly matter, because we've got most of what we need from deck with Ends at this point. So so we get to reveal the top 5 of his deck, put Lost Souls into play, and underdeck the rest. And if blocking, I can top deck a Lost Soul, which doesn't particularly matter, but oh, okay. It's awkward. Okay, I guess they're over here because we did it at like the same time. I didn't really see what was there, but okay, wait, now they're different cards. Okay, so yeah, no Lost Souls there. But yeah, they go back to, or they go to the bottom of the deck. So that way you will hopefully draw some Lost Souls. So that gets discarded, and we are now down to 8, so we can pass. And hopefully we can just keep on jump blocking here. If he doesn't have any way around it, then we can go Vashti, ban to Gomer, ban to Rehoboam, and get a whole bunch of value with Rehoboam to, Otto and David. And but I feel like he's probably gonna come up with something to answer it. He might just go with like Noah and ban to a couple of his sons there, which would be okay. Okay, well now he's got Babel, so let's see, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 brigades, so Rehoboam is now going to be prevented. Maybe we should have saved woes for Babel and made it good. But forgot about that one. That's gonna be kind of tricky to deal with. Wonder if he has a way to get peace back. I kind of doubt it. So let's see. He activated Flying Scroll and tried to take my Gomer, but since she is not territory class nor multicolor, then he cannot do that. So he took Joshua, which makes sense. Stops my Rehoboam block. And now he's playing Falling Away, which, kind of expected. Puts us back at 3. Maybe he's trying to decide between Remnant and Distressed. So if he takes Remnant, then he can take Gomer, which is, I think, what he wanted to do with Flying Scrolls, so it kind of makes sense. And with Babel out, he's probably not super worried about Distressed. Does make things a little more challenging. Oh, okay, so he took Rehoboam, which doesn't really make sense with when I have Gomer out, because Gomer can just ban to Rehoboam in his territory, but maybe he's got some plan for him, or he wants to be able to use his ability. So I definitely should not be putting Rahab down, especially because now that I've already played Son of God and Second Coming, then I don't have a way to take Remnant off the table very easily anyway. Ham's wife is coming down. Look at opponent's hand. Okay. That's pretty good. It is not negated by anything. I don't know if I've ever really read Ham's wife all the way through. If you control Noah's Ark while your Ham is in battle, prevent evil characters and protect Ham from the first enhancement opponent plays each battle. It's actually pretty good. The prevent evil characters is pretty strong. I think the problem is that you never put Ham into battle, but maybe that's why I didn't know the full ability. So we definitely have some options that are kind of, you know, hard to deal with, or like multiple things. I mean, Haemon's Plot is obviously a threat. And then Reap the Whirlwind against his Banding Chain. So, I mean, really, if he's got a negate for Job, then maybe he's in good shape. Alright, so it looks like he's going out with Noah. Does not look like he's exchanging, but he is going to band. Probably just doesn't have much to exchange to, I guess. Maybe we could have exchanged one of his evil characters or something, like 4 and Wives to go grab someone else, or I don't know, because I'm probably not going to be attacking with Otto while he's got my Joshua, so I don't know, we'll see. So he's banning to Shem, who's protected from lone evil characters, and then Japheth. So he took one of the cards, and then protecting Lost Souls from evil cards. So in order to get around the lone evil characters protection, we're gonna have to go Gomer, and then ban 2 the Lying Prophet. I think it's probably the way to go. I mean, I could do Rehoboam, but he'd be prevented. Queen Vashti would also be prevented, so could discard a good prophet. Do I want to just discard Noah? Well, maybe. Oh, I see. I think he's probably got ways to get Noah back, and I would rather just get the draw. And since Storehouse is negated, don't think there's anything protecting his hand. And he doesn't have Japheth's wife, so there's no add to battle. Alright, so he's got Bless the Nations, it's an interrupt. He's got Endurance of Job. Ooh. So yeah, that would be kind of scary if I had my Foreign Wives out. Underdeck an evil card from hand or territory, or X if used by Job, where X is the number of evil brigades on my cards. So yeah, fortunately he doesn't have any ways to get around Reap the Whirlwind, so I think that's going to work. And he only had 2 good brigades, so we draw 2. So yeah, he does have woes, but that will not be able to negate Gomer, so yeah, he said he thinks he knows what's coming. He should, I guess, because he looked at my hand, but I think maybe what he should have done is just taken Gomer with Remnant instead of Rehoboam, because then I wouldn't be able to band, and that would be better protection. But I guess he didn't know that I had Reap the Whirlwind at that point, so maybe he would prefer to be able to use King Rehoboam on his side, but so yep, they get shuffled, cannot be negated. His He Will Remain is gone, no Japheth's wife, and then I will take Whirlwind from my reserve. Since we already played Shared Meal, then that's the way to go, I guess. We'll see if we can make use of it. He did have 3 woes, so if he plays it as evil, then we can target that. probably should have been paying attention to what evil enhancements he had in his hand too. He had a lot of cards though. It'd be hard to remember everything. I don't remember seeing anything that really stood out much. I don't remember seeing Christian Martyr though, so that's a good sign. He did play Destruction, so taking out my You Will Remain, which is unfortunate. We can get it back with Music Leader if he ever turns back on. Ooh, Whirlwind, that's an answer to Babel. So if we can get Initiative and Battle, then yeah, that would actually work pretty well. So maybe we just go in with David this turn. Yeah, I think so. Going with David, and then we've got Royal Parade, Interrupt, Bounce, and Draw 1. We also have Overcome. It's a battle winner right away. So, yeah, I think that's it's going to be the way to go. Do we have any more good dominance in deck for what's it called, for Overcome? I don't know that we do. We've got 1, 2, 3. Oh, we haven't played Angel yet. Okay. So Angel of the Lord is in there. What other dominants are we even playing? We've only played 4. Played 5 with Woes. Okay. So still got Angel and oh wait, no, Falling Away. That should be in there too. Did I count that one? I don't think I did. That's in the discard. Yeah, right here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Christian Martyr. Okay. Not gonna use the star ability. That's not really the point of Jehoshaphat. And so I could bounce David, ban to David, and then grab Angel, but I want to be able to play Whirlwind. But based on the evil characters he has down, that would work. So let's see. What do I want to do with Woes? Do I want to? I think we just keep it on Storehouse. I can't really negate anyone worth negating, any of his heroes, so yeah, we'll just do that, and then yeah, I think we go grab Angel. He could block with Rehoboam, but there aren't really any great options for him. So David gets bounced, and Jehoshaphat is CBP, so it gets around Babel. So then I will ban to David, Meekify him to search my deck. Yeah, we'll get Angel of the Lord finally. And so now David is also CBP, and you can ban to a Meek hero, which there are none to ban to. I don't think I want to ban to Rahab. So now we've got some options here. He could have an Uzzah block. He does have Shipwreck, so maybe I should just add Ends now. I'm not even sure what's in there though. So Philistine Armor Bearer can take or equip a black weapon from reserve and exchange it. Philistine Armor Bearer with a unique Philistine from deck, discard pile, or reserve. So he's taking Lamai's Spear, putting it in his hand, and changing to someone, maybe Goliath, but I mean that doesn't really help against David. since he is in fact a giant slayer. What other Philistines could he do? I mean, Abimelech and Phicol are both in his discard pile. Garrison maybe, but he's only protected from lone heroes. Yeah, I don't really know. Let's see, what are Philistines? Oh, Achish could be good. Then you can just play an enhancement or draw two. But I think either way we're okay with whatever he gets. So we discovered something pretty weird about Lackey. So earlier when I played Warning Against Rebellion, we both revealed his top 5 cards at the same time, and now I'm not really sure who did it first. I think he might have done it first, and then I did it like right after, and so the 5 cards that I revealed have just vanished, because I remember seeing his King Achish and the Dove Returns in there, and then a few other cards that I don't remember, but I remember seeing those, and I just kind of figured that those were like the 5 cards after the actual 5 cards that he ended up revealing, because we are like closed out of both of those, and then he revealed 5 different cards. So I mean, I didn't see them very long, so I don't really remember, but yeah, that's it's kind of weird, because now he's searching his draw pile for Achish, and it wasn't in there, and so now, like the Dove Returns isn't in there either, so they just vanished from the game. So that's kind of weird. So yeah, I think we're just gonna call it here. I think I'm not really sure what he had left for his offensive like battle winners and stuff, but I mean, I didn't really have left. I didn't have much left for defense. He said he would give it to me. I think I would have pulled it out. I don't know. I mean, I think I definitely had a lot of like offensive potential still left with both Angel, Royal Parade, and Overcome. But obviously, with not really knowing what he had left, and I mean, he's still got 16 cards left in his deck, and then that should be like +5. He's might have more resources than me left, and might have been able to outlast me if he was able to get a couple blocks in. So I think I get one with Angel on this turn, but then next turn, I think maybe 24 Elders probably would have been able to get the job done, as long as he didn't draw into Christian Martyr. But I mean, that could have been one of the cards, I think, that he revealed too. I guess I don't remember exactly what all was in there, because I just saw the glitched cards, and I mean, I guess you saw the video. It was up there pretty quick. You can probably just go back and figure out what it is, but alright, well, that's gonna call it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed at least what you got to see of the game. I mean, we got pretty far, and definitely lots of good interactions and battles, so yeah, I guess this is just a little way to make the video a little shorter for you guys, but would have been fun to play it out, and I'm sure we'll get some more games in with Brad as more videos keep coming out. But for now, we'll catch you guys later. Thanks. Bye.